Hello, everyone. Welcome to ErgoFit. My name is Stephanie Renson. I am so happy to be here with you all today. Let's go ahead and take some time for ourselves, step away from our computers. If your computer pings you for any reason during these 10 minutes, do your best to try to let that go. Take some time for yourselves. Let's go ahead and step away. Actually, my apologies. Let me get this background off, because that's going to be really distracting for you guys. All right, now let's go ahead and step back, give ourselves some space. Let's start with that breath, but we're actually going to do something a little different with our arms. Usually I take the arms out to the side for breath, but I'd like for you to take a big inhale, bend your knees and sweep up overhead and reach back. And then as you exhale, bend your knees and hinge forward. Let those arms just kind of swing underneath you. We're going to keep the knees really bent though, here at that hinge. Then taking a big inhale up, reach up, lean back, and then bend those knees, exhale. Let those arms just swing. And let's do that again one more time. Big inhale, reach and sweep up. And exhale it out, bend your knees. Let those arms come down. All right, let's take the hands, place them onto the top of the thighs, and we're going to curl our spine up really slowly. Take a minute here as you curl. Bring the hips back underneath you, roll the shoulders back. Let's take a few big, generous shoulder rolls, resetting our shoulders right over the hips. So as you pull those shoulders back, think about trying to pull them back behind the hips to open up and realign our chest and our spine here. One more time. Good. Take those feet a little bit wider. We're going to do some slides. So side to side, opening and expanding through the rib cage. I want you to really focus on thinking about opening up each of the vertebrae on the side of the body. I'm sorry, each of the ribs on the side of the body. In between the ribs, there's this really cool intercostal tissue, and we want to think about kind of spreading it. Sometimes they get a little, that tissue gets hard and stiff, and it can decrease our lung capacity. So we want to think about kind of stretching and opening up that space. They're like little channels between the ribs. And our breath kind of signals that movement between the ribs as well. So leaning over. Feel some space being created. Breathe in. And back to center. Switch sides. We know that when we have that short, shallow breath, it is more of that fight or flight breath. It's a little bit higher in the rib cage. And anytime we can get deep into the belly, we can tap into a little bit more of that relaxation sensation, that rest and digest. When we kind of stay in that fight or flight, that breath up here into the chest, that sends a lot of those stress hormones and also helps or increases our body's reliance on tensing. And so if we can tap into that belly breath, that helps us to tap into relaxation. So I like to use ErgoFit as that time for us to kind of think about, okay, relax, relax. So relax the belly, let the breath be here. We're going to interlace those fingers, bend your knees. We're going to press forward. Now we're going to take the spine in flexion and extension. So we just did kind of that lateral movement. And then come back into center, interlace the fingers behind the body and open up the chest. If you can slide the hands down, great. If not, you can keep them right there. If you want to grab at the forearms to open up, lean back there. And release. Interlace those fingers, bend your knees, curl that spine. And bring it back, open up through the chest. Separating the collarbone. So kind of imagine separating the collarbones to open up the kind of the area where your heart is. Open it up. All right, let's come back into center. And then again, once more, reset those shoulders. So roll the shoulders back. All right, so from here, we're going to do some Y's, W's, and serving platter arms. Okay, so kind of a fun way to think about this. I'm going to give you two options for those Y's and W's. First option is a little more challenging. You're going to bend the knees, hinge from the waist. We're going to take those hands. You're going to make a big Y and then slide back into a W. If you have a lot of low back tension or tightness today, I'm going to ask you to just do that standing. So a big Y and slide it into a W. Okay. Big Y, slide it into a W. In either position, we want to maintain a really neutral spine, Y and W, meaning the natural curves of the spine with a strong core and posture. Remember, big Y, slide it into W's, release, big Y, slide it to W's and release. Let's do one more. Big Y, slide it to W's and release. Good. Take your right arm, bring it across the body, pull it in. Big breath here, that belly breath. Long exhale, feel the muscles relax. And release. Switch sides. You may have heard the phrase mindset matters. So our mindset helps us, our mindset sends messages to our body. And so if we're feeling tense or stressed, and we have lots of that mindset, our body will respond appropriately, thankfully, right? If we are being chased by a tiger, we want to be able to run quick, right? We want to use all that energy for that. Let's do that again. One more time. One more time each side. If we are not being chased by a tiger, but we just have a pressing email, then we want to maybe readjust the mindset to help the body relax some of that tension and stress. Or just take a minute to step away and reset, which is exactly what we're doing here. All right, go ahead and come back to center. We're going to interlace those fingers, bring them right back behind your head. And I'd like for you to take your thumbs and actually see if you can press the thumbs into the suboccipital space. So kind of right where the skull and the spine meet, there's a little space right there at the base of the skull. So just kind of press the thumbs into that space like a little massage with the thumbs. And then we're going to open up the chest and lean back into your hands. Look up, a gentle smile for yourself. Deep breath. And come back into center, release those hands. All right, let's finish out this session with those big 3 deep cycles of breath. Inhaling into the belly, exhaling it out. And again, inhale into the belly, exhale it out. One more time, into the belly, exhale it out. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today. So happy to get to move with you all. Remember to take some time for yourself. resetting our minds, our bodies, and posture can be a powerful way to move through the world and to navigate our daily life. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you, Stephanie.
welcome. You're welcome.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you,
You
Stephanie.
too.